After being recalled as Myanmar Ambassador, he spent the night in his car in London. Kyaw Zwar Minn has now made an appeal to the international community. The deposed Myanmar ambassador in London has asked for international aid for his country. This has been ruled by a military junta for more than 2 months now. Please help our country, because without your help we will not be able to free ourselves from this chaos, said Kyaw Zwar Minn in London. The recalled ambassador stated that his military attaché and deputy Chitwin had taken over the diplomatic representation in a kind of coup. Chitwin and his people threatened embassy staff with severe penalties if they refused to work for the junta in Myanmar, the ambassador added. The deputy leader of the Liberal Democrats and the parliamentary group in the German Bundestag, Alexander Graf Lambsdorff, called on the federal government to expel the military attaché of Myanmar in Germany immediately. At the Myanmar embassy in Berlin, there shouldn't be a diplomatic coup like in London, Lambsdorff declared in Berlin. In the current situation, it is a matter of increasing international pressure on the military junta in order to end the brutal crackdown on peaceful demonstrators as quickly as possible. The British government said it would have to accept the recall of the Myanmar ambassador in London. The military junta in Myanmar formally announced the dismissal of the diplomat, according to British government circles. According to diplomatic rules, this decision must be recognized. Kyaw Zwar Minn spent Thursday night in his car in front of the embassy. On the back window was a picture of the former head of government, Aung San Suu Kyi, who had been disposed by the junta. British Foreign Minister Dominic Raab condemned the intimidation by the military government in Myanmar in a Twitter message and praised the courage of the deposed ambassador. Since the military coup on February 1st, the army leadership in Myanmar has been using tear gas, rubber bullets and live ammunition against demonstrators in an extremely brutal manner. According to a local political prisoner aid organization, the AAPP, nearly 600 people have been killed in the protests so far, including almost 50 children. The UK, the former colonial power of Myanmar, is one of the sharpest critics of the military junta. Just last week, London imposed further sanctions on the generals in the Southeast Asian country. Meanwhile, the US announced sanctions against the state-owned gem company Myanmar Gems Enterprise on Thursday. All relevant assets would be frozen and all transactions with the company would be prohibited, said the US Treasury Department. The company oversees the mining and marketing of jade and other precious stones in the country. Gemstones are one of the main sources of income in Myanmar. By imposing targeted sanctions, we are sending a clear signal to the military that the United States will continue to increase pressure on the regime's income streams until it ceases its violence, said U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Washington imposed sanctions on 3 Myanmar gemstone companies shortly after the coup already. And that will go on for quite some time. I'm very sure about this. And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel. Auf Wiedersehen.